Hey everyone, I've been playing Outriders since launch, like a bit of a maniac. This game is pretty awesome, and I'm playing Trickster, just because it's the most appealing class to me. I'm staying away from like a ranged pew pew build like Pyromancer, just to get a bit of a different gameplay experience. This current build that I'm using focuses on group play, and it's the way that I'm running Trickster in my group. So I'll let you have a look at it. After this I'll upload some gameplay videos just showing some of our best runs so far. And these are our current times. So we got a few good times here. Some of them can be improved upon for sure, but this is where we are at the moment. So I think we got some pretty good times for Boomtown, Frontline, Chem Plant, Archways of Enoch. And all of these times are done with 3 players, so you know, you're not seeing any like 3-minute boomtowns here with you know, just solo. All of these times are done with 3-man group. So playing Trickster, what you're gonna be finding yourself doing is basically just focusing on key targets. So you'll be jumping around, you know, focus on elites and bosses. And most of the time, in our group anyway, these bosses and elites will be debuffed. So really your responsibility is just to you know, kill the elites as quickly as possible. There are many ways to debuff enemies in this game, and this is where, you know, Pyro and Devastator in my group play a key role. While the buffs are, well, my buffs are procced, and while the enemies are being debuffed by, you know, multiple skills, this particular build, this Trickster build, can hit anywhere between like 800k all the way up to like 25 million a shot is what I've seen before. So it can really do a lot of damage.
What did you hit then, bro?
25 million.
Yeah, because his health just went to nothing in one shot.
The skills that I'm currently running are not so different to a lot of solo Trickster skills. So Hunt the Prey to teleport around. Hunt the Prey is also going to refill your ammo. I'll show you how in a second. And it's going to give you a pretty big buff as well as part of your class tree. Then Twisted Rounds, this is pretty strong, and we are focusing on keeping this up as much as possible, but it's going to work a little bit differently in group play. Then the other skill is Venator's Knife. Venator's Knife also procs one of your big buffs in your class tree, and allows you to hit some very big damage numbers in combination with Hunt the Prey. Basically you're getting 35% damage bonus for Hunt the Prey and Venator's Knife. So let's have a quick look at the skill tree or the class tree and see how that works. The big main damage buffs come from this Disruptive Firepower and the Outrider Executioner. So both of these are going to give you extra 35% damage for 8 seconds every time you activate them, right? So that means if you activate your Hunt the Prey and your Venator's Knife, and now you're sitting behind an enemy, you're going to be doing 75% extra damage, right? So you're able to really burst them down quickly, right? Now, as for the rest of the skill tree, it's pretty straightforward. You know, I've put a little bit of armor piercing in there, haven't gone for reloading because you won't be reloading at all. Quite important, you want to put the 15% cooldown reduction over here and over here. And you know, that's about it. Some of the key talents that are giving you a lot of damage is Cold Calculation, 8% damage, you know, for every enemy in close range. But of course this is probably the most powerful attribute in this class tree. Another one is increase weapon damage against elites by 15%. 20% damage when you're behind enemies. These are all really big. And then the rest of them focus on, you know, just increasing your weapon damage. So shotgun damage here, close range damage down here. Just a lot of, you know, damage everywhere in this class tree. Right, and then let's have a quick look at the build. So this is what I have right now. I'm running Death Shields, so Death Shields with Fortress. Fortress is incredibly strong, giving you a % damage bonus on your armor. So we're gonna at least have to have you know, one or more mods which are buffing our armor, so we're getting the biggest benefit out of Fortress. And then Killing Spree. Killing Spree is a pretty strong mod as well. Killing Spree, you get that off, I'll show you in a second, the Amber Vault. I think I have one in my stash here. Down here, so that you get Killing Spree mod off of that one. Very, very important and very, very strong mod for Trickster. Then the rest of the build, I'm not really even using you know, my pistol secondary weapon. I'm just only using Death Shield pretty much. My Death Shield rolled pretty poorly, so trying to get another one at the moment. Then in terms of gear, what you want to be focusing on is firepower, close range damage, and cooldown reduction on all of your gear. You want to be using Hunt the Prey as much as possible, so you know, you want to make sure that your cooldown is very, very low, and also your Venator's Knife is very, very low. The more you're using this, the more you're proccing the 35% damage in your class tree, right? Then let's just go quickly have a look through the items. So here's the helm. Now this one I do have anomaly power on it, but anomaly power is just feeding into your twisted rounds. So you know, more anomaly power you have, it's going to affect the damage, firepower damage bonus that you're getting from twisted rounds over here. For the rest of my pieces, I've got bonus firepower, cooldown reduction, close range damage as much as possible. On the helm, the key mods are Sharp Eye and Bloodlust. Very, very strong skills. You get Sharp Eye from the Sergio's Beret. Very good item that you can even use as it is. Other items that you can pop in here are Ivory and Bone with Kingslayer. Kingslayer is also pretty good talent, especially if you're hitting a lot of crits or aiming for elites, you know, weak points, which are mostly in the head. And then Tanner's Hat is also a really good one. It's got all of the attributes that you want on it: firepower, close range damage, cooldown reduction, and it's also got Stare into the Barrel, which is very, very strong. Then on the chest I have Radiation Jump and Instant Reload. So Radiation Jump is applying Vulnerable. You don't have to run this if your group is already applying Vulnerable to enemies. Instant Reload, this is what's giving us the ability to replenish our ammo whenever we're using our teleport. So you get this from the set piece over here. Instant Reload is the first mod over there, so you'd want to deconstruct one of these, get Instant Reload somewhere on your gear, because that is very, very powerful. So like I say, Radiation Jump can be replaced by another mod. You know, I just recommend going with more damage, as much damage as possible. On my lower armor legs, I've got you know, bonus firepower, close range damage. I've got healing received here, but I prefer cooldown reduction. Got Strong Twist. This is a very, very powerful mod for your twisted rounds. 15% bonus firepower for a weapon. And then Mitigation from Death. So Mitigation from Death, it's a defensive talent, but it's also a offensive talent, because the more armor you have, you're getting more damage from Fortress, right? So that's a pretty important one. Then for the gloves, I've just gone with these Gauntlets of the Cannonball for now. Looking for another set of gloves with close range damage and cooldown reduction on them. It's got Captain Hunter and Personal Space. These are very, very good talents. I would say probably must have talents on this build. And then on the boots, I have Stare into the Barrel and Crit Stack. I find Crit Stack is pretty good because you can build up your firepower as you're focusing down elites and bosses by hitting them in their weak spots, so in their heads, or different weak spots depending on the enemy that you're actually fighting. So there are some key differences to when you're playing solo here. You don't have to make sure that you're killing all of the enemies, so you don't have to spec that much into replenishing your ammo. So for example, you don't need to run the lower Chronosuit talent ammo bargain, which is replenishing your ammo, because you're not going to be focusing most of the time anyway on killing all of the little ads. You're mostly killing the elites and bosses. So we have mostly offensive talents pretty much on everything. Sharp Eye, Bloodlust. We have Radiation Jump to apply vulnerable, not necessary like I said before. Instant Reload is the only utility one that we have for keeping our Twisted Rounds active. Strong Twist and Mitigation from Death are both helping us get more damage. Captain Hunter Personal Space, these are giving more damage. Into the Barrel and Crit Stack are also just giving us more damage. Additionally, you can run, like I said before, Kingslayer, and there's some other key talents like Buckshot Shells, which can help you apply even more damage. So as you can see, I've not got into any type of protective mods over here, like Emergency Stance, or anything else that applies more shield, more armor, anything like that. So yeah, that's what it is. I'll upload some gameplay videos and hopefully you guys enjoy them. Please give me any feedback and I hope this helps. Have fun, guys.